Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our subject, argumentative speaking, meeting six. Okay, six, yeah. Okay. Tonight we are going to discuss about building argument, which is in types of practical. How many types of argument? There are three types of arguments. The first is urgency. Second is a philosophy or justification. And the last is impact or practical. So we are going to talk about the last types of argument, practical or impact. The concept of practical arguments. Practical, as you can find in dictionary, means relating to experience, real situation, or action rather than ideas or imagination. So practical here is dealing with what function to something and what is the impact of something that practical. Example in sentence. Qualification are important, but practical experience is always a plus. Okay, yeah, yeah, kan of course, yeah, practical experience is really valuable, especially for applying for a job. When you apply for a job, you always find the requirements is about how many years you experience about the job. So practical is very valuable in every aspect of life, especially in terms of professional working job, and another areas of life. Okay, the second, the service offers young people practical advice on finding a job. Hmm. Again and again, it's about practical. Actually, it's about experience. Experience here, the sentence tell you that the service offers young people practical advice on finding a job. Practical here means what is actually will be experienced by given from the experience one, someone experience about finding a job that they share each other. What actually you will experience in the finding a job was the use of theoretical knowledge that has no practical application. Here also dealing with experience, real situation. What's the use of theoretical knowledge? Theoretical something is about theory, ideas. Practical means that what actually happened in the real situation, the action, yeah, not the ideas. The ideas is the theoretical knowledge. So here, actually, we put practical here. The meaning is experience, dealing with experience, dealing with real situation, dealing with maybe verification what happened in the real situation. How to build practical arguments? Okay, before you go to the making of practical argument, you go to the practical argument. Please pay attention to the following questions. First thing that you should do is analyze who are the actors involved in the discussion or debate. The second, identify the actor's best interests. And the third, show the harm is huge to the actors. Exclusively happen in the proposal of it is not implicated. Uh, by by looking at the three questions, you will analyze. You will be able to put the arguments of practical in a good way. For example, who actually uh, whom you actually talk about the proposal or the motion actually. For example, you talk about the people who talk about people who deals with law. Yeah, we talk about law. It means that we analyze how is the actor involved, and then the second, identify the actor's best interest. Okay, so which one actually will be the interest of the actors? Actors here means that the people, uh, the people who deal with the situation, with the motion, with the proposal, with the assertion. Okay, and the third, show the harm is huge to the actors. Okay, when you talk about harm, it means that it's about disadvantages. What actually happen if it is done? Okay, if it is done, um, and then what is the disadvantages? Yeah, disadvantages to the people, yeah, who involved in that assertion or proposal. Yeah, this should be about comparing benefit and harms, or benefit and disadvantages to what the actor involved. So when you talk about how to make practical argument, you must talk about which one is the beneficial, which one is the disadvantages, the loss, yeah, the loss of if we do the action like that, especially in assertion. So let's take the example here in the next slide. Example assertion: this house would teach sexual education in school. So the reason, yeah, without teaching it in school, the information they will get in uncontrollable, for example, internet, porn video, peer-to-peer, and so on. So it is very dangerous, especially dangerous if the sexual education is not taught at school. So when we talk about this, it means that it deals with the disadvantages or the loss that happen if we do not do that. So here you can find the evidence, fact, statistic, or expert. So, and again, you will go to the conclusion or the link back. So make it simple, yeah. So when we talk about that, before going to that evidence by using fact, statistic, expert, or whatever, yeah, we must analyze the argument, yeah. The actor, students, actually who involved, okay, of course the students. What's their interest? Curiosity about sex. So as we know that the characteristic of students, the behavior of students, the attitude of students that deals with sex, they think it is something curious, something interesting for them to know about, because they I do believe that they want to know more about that. They want to know more about that. But here, why we put the reason like this is to show that this is in practical actually, if we do not teach sexual education in school for students, the things that happen, yeah, is uncontrollable attitude or behavior that will become the impact, yeah, become the impact if they are not taught sexual education. Maybe they will using porn videos, using sexual abuse. Maybe they will maybe using pornographics or whatever that harms them, that make them disadvantages. So the last is assignment. Okay, again and again, you must submit in Google Classroom of your practical argument video in Google Classroom. Okay, see you. And after this, we'll have virtual or conference, meeting conference in Google Meet. Okay, bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Happy fasting. Selamat berpuasa. And always be happy. Bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.